Hi, I'm Laverne. I am a multi-niche content creator, and I'm sharing a senior series about the life of being a senior. The pros, the cons, the ups, the downs, and all what it's all about. However, before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Now, next in our series, this is our third series about being a senior. We're going to be covering what it's like to have the empty nest and the things we can do to just find and enjoy a fuller life. Okay? Now, let me say this. When you go through the empty nest stage of life where you have raised your kids, you have taken care of them, those that have children. Now, we know everybody don't have children. But when you get past that, where you're used to somebody being there, somebody depending on you, and you caring and you nurturing, and then all of a sudden they're gone off to college or married and left home, and you find out you are by yourself, okay? Or if you are lucky or fortunate or blessed and you are married and your kids still leave, you still feel a sense of loss. And it is a stage you go through almost like grief or mourning, because you miss the children and you miss being important to somebody else. Okay. The important thing about empty nest is it's a stage of life that we go through, and we must embrace it. And now we have to find new ways to enjoy life and to appreciate that stage of life. So the biggest thing is understanding, now what do I do? I'm alone, or I'm by myself, or the kids are gone. What do I do with that time? So now you got to rediscover things that make you happy and make you feel whole and give you something to look forward to. And the best thing I can say personally is to find hobbies or a club that you can join, or a girls group that you could just interact and engage with. You know, keeping your mind occupied and keeping your life full and being active. And if you have a mate, you know, if you have a significant other in your life, enjoying that and making sure they know that you value them, and put more emphasis into, now we're going to have more time for one another. Because remember, when you got children at home, or sometimes even with pets, you'll put a lot of time into that and you don't have time for the significant other. But when the kids leave and you have less time, more time, now you can put it into your significant other. So that's one of the things you can do to embrace being an empty nester, and learning to, what else can I do? You find a hobby. If you don't like hobby, grab you a good book, or start attending church functions or community activities. Perhaps volunteer. Domestic shelters always need people. Food kitchens, they could use another set of hands. Sometimes even at the church, they have clubs and organizations. Sometimes some ministries meet more than on a Sunday. So you have things that you can do and you can look forward to. You just got to put a little time in looking, because if not, you'll sit and before you know it, you become a lump on the log, as they used to say. So you want to find something to do with that time and continue to be productive. Also, some people go back to school, so that could be an option. If you like to go back to school, now you'll have more time for that. You'll have more time for studying, and you can look forward to, hey, at the end of this these classes, I'm going to get this. Or if you're trying to graduate with a GED or a diploma or a degree, you got something to keep looking forward to. Also, if you had children, you can look forward to the visits, the vacations, or the holidays. It is things you can have that if you just reach out, you can do it. There are things that you still can have and still can enjoy life. Just don't get yourself in a position to embrace depression and loneliness, because it will not help you. It will not enhance your life, and it become not healthy. So that is what's important when it comes down to being empty nester, is finding something to fill the void, whether it's an activity, whether it's crafts, or what is it you like besides, okay, perhaps just breathing. What else do you like to do? Finding something that you like. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe you want to finally write that first book, or if you're already an author, what else can you add to your repertoire? Okay. So I can say I've experienced empty nester, not very hard, because I've always been a person that go from task to task, stay busy, always been involved in my community in Arkansas. When I lived in Arkansas, I was part of the city council on a government political level. Then I had all of the community projects that I was a part of, as well as ministry. Our church was quite prominent in the city where my dad had a church at, and we always had activities and things going on. So you have to find something to fill those voids so that you don't get locked down in depression. So when my first child left home, I still had one boy to care and provide for until he left. When he left, I felt the void of, oh man, I don't have to run here, I don't have to run there, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. Now what else can I be doing? So that's when I started thinking, okay, I have this going on, I have that going on. So now I can put more time into ministry. I could put more time into community service and volunteerism. And that's what I did. And that's how I got past the empty nest syndrome. So having said all of that, we still have much to look forward to as a senior. So don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next Senior Moments video. Okay.